Yeah, man, I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great, man. How you doing?
Yeah, man, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good.
I,
It's nice and hot here in the UK,
yeah, it's about,
so I'm happy.
I know you guys are happy for the sunshine, man. We are getting enough sunshine
Uh,
out here.
I hear that. I hear that. Seriously, because apparently it's supposed to be a thunderstorm later on, so we have to give thanks that the sun's been here.
Well, all right, all right. You know, I hope it's a
I hear that.
friendly one.
100. So you know what? I feel like we have to kick off and start off by saying, who are you?
All right,
Tell
all
the
right.
listeners out there.
Listeners, all right. Bless up UK, you know. Thanks for having me on the show. You know, this is Dustry, the artist, you know, in Jamaica. I was born in St. Anne, Jamaica, up in the hills, you know, up in the countryside, right? And that is
Nice.
just a few minutes out of
Yeah.
where Bob Marley was actually born, because I'm from the country, you know, so you know that,
Yeah.
you know, I've been having musical background from an early age, growing up in the hills, you know, because music was our only entertainment back then. You know, not everybody had a
Yeah.
TV and so on, you know. So I've been doing music for a while now, you know. I've been recording,
Yeah.
writing, performing here and there, you know. So Dustry the artist, you know, basically is a musical person, jovial, you know, and try to bring that good vibes
Yeah.
to the world from my country to yours and other countries.
Yeah, man. Four corners, yeah?
Yes, yes. That's it.
So, I mean, this seems like a silly question, but what was the drive for music, or was it that you were born into the vibe?
Well, you know, I would actually say I was born into the vibes, because as I say, I grew up in the
Yeah.
country, right? And our only
Yeah.
means of entertainment back then was like the radio or the sound system. I used to follow a lot of sound system when I was growing up from an early age. So wherever the sound systems are playing, you know, that would be where we are, you know. So music has been something that has been a part of me for a very, very long time. And I just love the vibe of
Yeah.
performing and how the music itself, some of the drums and the bass, you know, so that always captivate me a lot, you know, so that kind of propel me
Yeah.
into being an artist.
I hear that. I hear that. And you know what? As many people know, I love sound system with a passion.
Yes.
But what is, in your words, the purpose of a sound system?
Well, you know, the purpose of a sound system is for
Yeah.
people who are in the garrisons, you know. That's how we started out, for them to go have somewhere to go and express themselves and enjoy, you know, enjoy their type of music.
Yeah.
And for artists to express their type of music their own way, instead of, you know, certain songs can play on the radio station back in the days and so on. So the sound system was the place for them to go to explore that and to express themselves and to enjoy without, you know, having any sanctions at all, you know. And it's important too,
Yeah.
because when a sound system goes out, it spread our culture across the world. As you can see, it's actually sound systems that actually brought our music to the world in Europe and all about, you know. So sound systems are very important, were important, and I think they're still important, you know, because it brings the natural vibes of our music.
100%. And for me, it was an education, you know, to understand certain things, why these things like this, why is it like that, and it kind of educates you without sitting in a classroom, you know, writing down something.
Yes, definitely, you know, because it's actually entertainment and education at the same time, and uplifting, you know. That's what our music is, you know. So it's not just a dance and dance around and dance around. It actually uplifts you, and it actually educates you too, you know. So that's why the sound, you know, is what is very, very, very important to bring that to persons out there.
I hear that. You know, let's talk about the beautiful island, the beautiful place of Jamaica, because it seems from here in the UK that there's not really a lot of sound systems and a lot of, not producing, but in Jamaica, it doesn't seem like it's coming from the mecca of reggae. It seems like a lot of reggae now is coming from Europe and those sort of places. So is that the case, or is it that we're not seeing it?
Well, I can tell you this, right? And it's actually hard for me to say, but I'm going to say it, that Europe and the outside world has been doing better music than us right now, right? So I'm not sure what the problem really is. Is it that the producers from back in those days stopped making music, or the artists stopped making music, right? But I'm hearing better music outside than what we are putting out right now, you know. So there's not much good music from us, but you know, so yeah.
Well, you know, I'm hoping it comes around, because I know at the moment it seems like there's a big thing for dancehall, in the sense of trap dancehall and stuff like that out there in JA. I'm hoping that it comes full circle and we see some really roots and conscious vibes. And I know you're bringing the vibes too.
Yes, you know that I try to create a balance, right? Because I do dancehall, reggae, and pop dancehall. You understand? There really has to be a balance, right? Everybody can't be going the same direction. This trap dancehall that's going on now is like every artist that does this trap music is going in the same direction. So you're hearing the same lyrics on the same beat, and you know, I think you just lack the authentic dancehall sound, right? Because you know that dancehall is really the bass and the drums that combine, and phrases. You understand? And that is what these music is lacking right now. Yes, there's a lot of people like yourself out there who really would love it to come back around to what it was. You know, there's a lot of people who would love that, you know. But I think it's just for the you know, so I think it's just for us to sit down and go back to the roots, the foundation, you know, which I think is lacking, because everybody's going in the same direction, you know. So that's why some of us try to stick to the real dancehall sound, you know. That's why you will get songs from me that give you that dancehall, you know.
Yeah. Big up Isaiah Mentor. He says, Europe knows the value and the part of reggae music, and it puts food on their table.
Yes, yes.
What are you saying?
Big up. Yes, Isaiah. You see, you know, the thing is that I don't think many of our people know the value of our music, of our culture, right? Because there's people over the world that embrace us, right? Love our culture and love our vibes, right? While we take it for granted, while we go love somebody else's culture and try to pick up somebody else's vibes, you know.
Yeah. So, I mean, to be honest, I was hopeful when I seen the likes of Chronix, you know, Protege, Kabaka Pyramid, that whole crew, you know, Junior Gong. I felt like they were bringing that energy back again, but it seems to have not died out, but it seems to kind of have faded. But obviously, that's looking out in. How are you seeing it?
Well, I see we're now a lot of the top acts, you know, I think they have taken a step back. I'm not sure what is the reason for that, right? Because they have taken a step back and no one is really putting out their best foot again. I don't know. I'm not sure if they just give up on things, or you know, they just going with the flow of what is going on now, you know. But I think there is actually room, because there's people out there who want these vibes back, you know. They want back the real rock reggae, you know. They want to hear that kind of vibe. But when you feed the people the same thing, the same trap music every day, right? You know, it's like, you know, they think okay, the real dancehall and the real reggae is done with, because it is so much widespread. It's not like it's good or bad. It's just that there's just too much of it that overshadows the real people who want to do the real music right now, you know. So you know, that's just where we are. So it's just for us to fight and to get back up to that vibe, for people over the world to enjoy that reggae and dancehall music all over again.
100%. And I mean, I know, like you said earlier, a lot of artists have taken a step back. I think as well it's due to the industry of music. It's a tough industry, and it can be very demanding, and kind of people all in your business. Everybody wants to know what you're doing, all those sort of things. So I think it's to do with that personally, and obviously being creative as well. I know some artists, they've got like writer's block and stuff like that. So how have you found that, the industry itself, and kind of keeping that creativity coming?
Well, I do uh, think that the social media has a lot to do with it because if you don't have Instagram contents to drive your music these last days, right? It's not going to get to where, because everybody's so in tune with their phones right now, right? It's like the Instagram and the TikTok thing. You have to have contents on it to bring attention to yourself. That's not what it was back in the day. You do good music, you just do good music, and your music will show, right? And your music will come out. But nowadays, you have to have some form of gimmicks or some form of stunt or publicity stunt or some things like that, which not many artists is gonna go for that because that's not what we grew up on. We grew up on putting out good music and the people feel, right? So maybe that's why, because a lot of the top acts aren't going to go on their phones and create some silly things or try to publicity stunts just to get their music out, but the ones who are doing it are really getting the spotlight, so that's so it is right now. Yeah.
And I mean, I suppose the question is, will you be doing that, putting some gimmicks out, or you're like, nah?
No, no, it's, you would have to come with something crazy. Like you go climb a tree and jump out and videotape yourself, and then people talk about, oh, you don't see the artist who jump out of the tree the other day. Yeah, you have a song on the. No, man, we just try to do it the authentic way. Not that we don't put out our little songs and we put out some videos of us talking about the songs or singing the songs, but we're not gonna go the extra mile to do something crazy or to create some publicity stunt, which has worked for a lot of artists. They want to be remembered for doing that craziness and say, yeah, that's a song he has. So everybody, it's, we are in a world now where people more gravitate to negativity. I understand.
Yeah.
Once you do something negative,
unfortunately,
and you have the attention of everybody, right? You do positive stuff, yes, you'll get the attention, but not as much as people who are doing the negative stuff to draw attention to themselves. You understand? So not many people are going to go for that. So we just try to do whatever we know we have to do to get to the masses.
I hear that 100%. So, speaking of that, what have you been up to?
Yeah, well, I've been up to a lot. I have a song that I just released the other day. It's called "You Will Fly." Right? It's actually an uplifting song. Right? We're trying to do the video for it right now. Right? And we have a bunch of other things. We are trying to actually get a tour going in down there in Kenya. So we have been trying to work on that we have been trying to work on that for a while, right? But everything takes time, because that there's people out there who want to see the realness, and I bring the real dancehall, the real hardcore dancehall, and the reggae as well. So
nice.
so I'm still in the studio. I'm writing, I'm recording, doing little shows here and there, because I do have a show coming up this weekend. So we're gearing up for that one as well. So I've been up to a lot. I keep on working. I just keep on working. I don't really watch what's going on out there. I don't watch who's doing what and who's doing some crazy stuff. I just keep on doing the good work that job blessed me to do.
100. So speaking of working, I know you're always busy. So what have you been working on in the sense of your craft? Because I know a lot of people just think, like, as a singer, as an artist, that you just get up, sing, and that's it. Without the practice and behind the scenes. So what is it that you've been working on? Is it your tone? Is it how you look after your voice? What's been going on?
Well, I don't think there's much I can do to my voice because it's already been exercised. and it's a powerful voice, you know.
Yeah. Nice.
But what we are really trying
Yeah.
to do, I've been working on an album as well, right? I recorded an
Okay.
album. I'm just waiting for it to be mixed and finalized, right? But we just try to be in the studio and try to do whatever we have to get the good music out. Because as I say, I,
Yeah.
I think music every day, all day, right? Is
Nice.
actually I'm
Yeah.
creating a melody here or there or something because I actually have my own studio. So, you know, sometimes I sit in there and I record myself too as well. You know, so I try to
Okay.
learn to do everything, you know, to create, you know. So I'm actually have my own studio. So I sit in there
Mm.
and I record myself and try to play around with creativity, you know.
Mm.
I see where you know what I don't try to do is try to fit in. That's what it is.
Yeah.
I do not try to fit in, not because everybody's going the trap way or singing a certain type of lyrics, a certain type of content. You know, everybody's trying to run it that because
Mm.
that's what is out there. I always try to stay in my own lane, right? And that's
Yeah.
just it. Never try to fit in. And I'm telling every artist out there who want to do music, who has been doing music, don't try to fit in. Be yourself. Be your own
Yeah.
creative work, right? Because when you try to fit in,
Yeah.
what happened with that is that you get lost in the system because everybody's going the same direction. You
Mm.
go in the same direction, you're gonna get lost with them. But if they see somebody going the opposite direction, they say, hey, where is he going? Let's follow him. Let's see what he's up to. Yeah, you understand?
Yeah.
I just try to stay in my
100.
own
Yeah.
lane, man. You know?
Yeah. I hear that. But you know, what if we have a young person or somebody who's in the industry now or coming into the industry, and they're like, well, that's I'm going that way because that's the way that's going to make me some money. What would you say to that?
Hey, um, you know, basically, it it can
Yeah.
work. I wouldn't discourage them. And I understand. I wouldn't discourage them
Mm.
if that's the way that they think that, hey, this is the way I want to go. This is the way I'm going to make the money. Okay. I would encourage them to go ahead and try it, right? Because if
Mm.
they think that's the way that they want to go, they're comfortable going that way, then it's fine. I'll give them my
Mm.
support, you know, and they can go that
Mm.
way and try for themselves. Maybe it work out, maybe it doesn't work out, and they come back and go to the drawing board again, you know. But I
Yeah.
always try to encourage, you know. I'll never try to discourage you and tell you, oh, it's not going to work and all of that stuff, you know. I always try to build, you know, not to tear down.
Mm. Yeah. 100. I hear that. So speaking of building, I mean, when you're in the studio now, just give us a picture, a mental picture of what happens. I mean, are you sitting thinking, like, what happens when you enter that studio?
Well, you know, when we actually go in the
Yeah.
studio, right? It's like it's a different vibe. It create as soon as you go in there,
Mm.
you create a different vibe. Once you start to hear a
Yeah.
beat playing or something playing, the instruments actually tell you what to do. You know, you follow the phrases of the beat, and
Mm.
it tells you what it actually tells me what song to record. Is it a girl song? Is it a
Yeah.
dancing song? Is it a uplifting song? You know. So
Mm.
when we actually sit in the studio, it's a different vibe. You know, a vibe can go anywhere, anywhere. You know, it's just create that
Yeah.
atmosphere. You know.
Mm.
So yeah.
Yeah, I hear that. So is there has there been times where you've not struggled, but for, you know what, that needs to take a different avenue. I've done this, but I'm going to take a different avenue. And then how do you feel about that, taking that different avenue? If that makes sense.
Yes. Yes. Well, you know, as I said,
Okay.
there are times,
Yeah.
you know, because I've been telling you, I've been doing music for quite a while now, because I've been through it.
Mhm.
I've been through it. I've been
Yeah.
through it. All right. There are times when you say, hey, you know, I see everything is going on over here, and it's working for these people, right? And
Mm.
maybe I want to go that direction. But you see, there's a thing in music. your morals, your belief, right? Your morals is what makes you. So you're not going to demoralize
Yeah.
yourself just because other people are doing something and it's working for them. You're going to demoralize yourself just to fit in. Yes, you may fit in, but deep down inside, you know that, hey, that's not the right
You're not there.
song, or that's not the right lyrics. This is not the right approach. This is not uplifting anybody. This is degrading the ladies, or it's degrading somebody, you know. So the thing is that, yes, I see it a bunch of times, and I say, hey, you know, everybody's going that way. It works for them, and it's just the morals that you have. You're not going to demoralize yourself just to go the direction. You know, you cannot sell your soul to gain the world. That's how I see it.
That's it.
You know?
100%.
Yes, blessed.
Yeah. And I mean, you said earlier that you've been in the music now for a good while. I just want to know what era did you grow up in the sense of like your artists, your idols that you looked up to?
All right. Well, you know, and as I have the perfect answer for that. Well, you know, when I was actually growing up, before I started doing music, right? That's way before I started doing music. My idol that I really looked up to from those times up is Bounty Killer. Bounty Killer as in my artist from those times, right? Because it's just the way how he projects his songs, and he is actually dubbed the poor people governor, right? So when you are dubbed the poor people governor, those songs that he does to uplift, those are the songs that, you know, I say, hey, you know, this guy here is really, really somebody, you know. But he has been my idol since I was growing up. Sizzla is the other one, you know. I like that Sizzla vibes. Anything to uplift the people, you know. Anything to uplift the people. Artists to uplift the people, you know. That is where I am. So I grew up in the whole Bounty Killer era and vibe, the old Sizzla, Capleton, Anthony B, the Beady Man as well, you know, when dancehall was great, right? When dancehall was great. I'm actually glad to have grown up in that era because it is what makes me the artist and the person I am today. A lot of people think that okay, you know, you go to school to learn. Yes, you go to school to learn. Some go to church to learn, of course. But a lot of people don't know that dancehall music grows you too as well, you know, and it teaches you a lot. You know, it's not just a dance up and down and jump around, you know, it does teach you a lot, you know?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, for me as dancer, I quite like Yellow Man and Lieutenant Stitchy and, you know, those kind of Josie Wales. I'm that kind of vibe.
Yes, man.
You know,
of course.
For me, I literally love the fast-paced talking. I'm like in awe, you know, when you see it around the sound system. Especially here in the UK, it was more like Tipper Irie, Smiley Culture, you know, those kind of artists.
Yes.
The vibe is just different.
You know,
just different. That's my kind of dancehall. That's my kind of dancehall.
You know, but you know, I kid you not. That era of dancehall, I did get a little piece of it because I think that was my first introduction here in you know, the dancehall and the slinting rhythm and all of that. But those artists back in that era, they are the great artists because they give you lyrics. They're not punchline artists.
That's it.
They're not punchline artists who depend on a punchline to bust the place. You know, they give lyrics. I mean, they can give you 5 minutes worth of lyrics and they don't repeat anything. You know, so I have to give it up for them. They're great. You know, yeah, man.
Well, you know what? How about yourself? How about yourself? Are you a lyric man? Can you do that?
You know that I haven't tested myself to be a lyrics person because I grew up in the era of dancehall where you have your 8 bars and then you put your punchline and you drop back your 8 bars. You know, so I didn't really practice the vibes of those artists back in the days who would just give you lyrics like crazy. You know, I didn't get that part of it.
I hear that.
You know.
Okay. Maybe we'll have to do something where you do a freestyle at another time, but we'll give you like a couple of minutes and you just drop a freestyle if you're up for that challenge.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you're ready, then we can do that.
Yeah, man. I'm ready, man.
Okay.
Well, this is Dustry, and I'm talking to DJ Kat the Kat-a-lyst over there in the UK. You don't know, Hey, Richie Barber, big up yourself, you know what I mean? DJ Kat nah stop play, DJ Kat nah stop play, straight reggae dance all on them. All over the world in tune when DJ a play, so she have to keep the rhythm blazing. Kat nah stop play, DJ Kat nah stop play, straight reggae dance she give them. All over the world explore this #1 sound. She have to keep the music blazing. All over the streets, I just say boom, reggae beat, straight rockers when we move on the feet. And every avenue, always have something new rhythm, new artist a brew. And every boulevard, catch she a playing on your yard, give you hope and even time hard. And every crescent, this a music just saying, when many it food and parent. And every corner, music catch she banya. Music she play, the vibes are fire. She in a every lane, and even on the train. At a altitude, straight rocker, she nah stop play. DJ Kat nah stop play, straight reggae dancer. She give them all over the world in tune. When catch she a play, so she have to keep the music blazing. She nah stop play. DJ Kat nah stop play, straight reggae dancer. She give them DJ Kat, UK finest and baddest, the Kat-a-lyst, talking up the Dustry, the artist out of Jamaica.
Every time. You know what, people? If you like that style, people, you have to drop some love heart, some fire, whatever you guys do. Every time. So I feel like we need to talk about your up and coming projects as well. So I know you spoke about it earlier, but let the listeners know, of course, how they can find it, how they can buy it, how they can support you on that.
Okay. On every social media platform, every one of them, it's Dustry the artist. On YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, the Facebook, Dustry the artist, right? I have a whole bunch of songs out now on the social platforms, iTunes and everything. Just look for Dustry the artist. I have 2 EPs out on those platforms as well. I have all of my singles, my latest singles are actually out on that platform as well, because I have songs like Jealous Over, Boom Boom Bang, You Will Fly, Esta Noche, The Torch, The Revolution, which is a mixture of dancehall, reggae, one drop, and uplifting songs, And we have the Bonafire songs, because we do songs social event songs, things that affect our country, things that affect our island. I do songs about those ones as well, because we can't just go one way and sing songs for the ladies or for the rude boys. We have to sing songs to bring awareness to what is going on in our country. But there's a lot of craziness there.
Yeah, definitely. And you know what? The craziness that's probably going on in Jamaica is probably similar to here in the UK. It's not very different,
Yeah. I mean, it's worldwide, and down here, I think it's getting out of hand. It has gotten out of hand.
Tell me about it.
Yeah.
But hopefully, like I said, full circle, we can bring some of the craziness out, and it can come back to a bit more positivity, a bit more uplifting energy, because you can feel it in the air that something's not quite right.
Yes, bless it. Yes.
Yeah. So, before we do kind of end to the interview, I would love you to let the listeners know kind of some final thoughts, anything you want to say to the listeners and the people that support you and show you a lot of love.
All right, all the listeners out there, right? UK, all over the world, Africa. I actually have a nice fan base down there in Africa. Bless up to everybody, right?
Blessings.
And just
love that.
Please continue to support good music, good reggae music, good dancehall music, right? And visit the platforms and download the songs. Let's get the songs out there so that we can get some bookings to come and sing for you. Because I would love to come to UK to sing for you and Africa and Europe, wherever you are. Dustry wants to be there on the stage, live, singing for you, all right? So make it happen, man. Make it happen, you know?
Yeah. 100,
That's
100. And once again, so just in case people missed it or they've just come on the live, how can they follow you, support you, book you, all that great stuff?
Dustry the artist on every social media platform. Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube,
everywhere.
Facebook. Dustry the artist. See, I try to keep everything uniform, so it's easy to find me. You understand? Dustry the artist.
Yeah.
Wherever you are.
Love that.
Let's say
Nice,
that.
nice.
Let's say that.